and it makes me so happy that when I come into school that there's so many days where Henry's on the wall working on his stick skills because he wants to do what's best for the team. And I wish we had more time for him. So now we're lucky in the season. We're going to see what he can do for our program.
Yeah, Henry.
Joey's been with me. It's been a long time coming. And that I've seen Joey aspect. Joey first started and it's been really nice to
I'm doing the 4x8. Unnecessary to just have like do the same right.
Leone is hard to anything we ask him to do, he's willing to. Whether it was against Edmont when we were down 2 defensemen, Joey, no questions asked. Joey, I need you on the sideline. I need you on the wing, give me a ground ball. He's all in. And again, he's turned into such a dynamic player, and he's really fell into a great position for us. In terms of falling into a defensive mid, where we can give our offensive guys a little breather. Again, we can act them up on their 1 and 2 midfielders, understand so again,
I kind of knew that.
Not what I
and it's really nice to see what your
Hi, Ida. How are you? How you doing?
You done?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Why is the middle? Yes, one more lap.
What happened? What? Okay. It's like because they went in the top 25. It's like sub 430.
No, that's
Bro,
section 1.
Oh, whoops. How are you? How you doing? Then we'll do parents of each senior with the coach. Yeah, grab your belt. Squeeze together, boys. Squeeze. Push the belt. Player with their parents with the coaches too. Go ahead. First. Sorry.
I was like, I'm leaving at the time. I was like, well, Abby's scary. Yeah, the kids will be there on the no, they told that one. I love it. So the do the bigger ones. Yeah. They're great. Are they awesome? I said, can you not the size of the
I didn't want to go so close.
We used to stick on
Yeah,
whenever you get get lonely next year. You'll just pull it out and pose. All around.
Doesn't he look like a balloon?
It'll be like, where's Waldo? Yeah. He used to stick races all over the place.
Congratulations.
A little bittersweet though.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, we are so far from done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Luke's in like 3rd grade.
Nancy, did you take videos of all this week?
I did. Because my dad and I were like, yeah, no. I'm going to send it to your mom. And,
FaceTime pictures. Did you take separate?
I got separate.
That's a bunch. How are you?
We're going to get near us. Because my mom's yeah, no, I haven't. I'll send it to her.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.
And those turned out great. Yeah, they were great.
Thank you for watching LMC Varsity Sports. We hope to continue this service of streaming our school's varsity sports matches, but we can only do this with your support. Visit lmcmedia.org/donate and make your contribution today and keep this program going.
Large Mamba Marinette, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media. Building community through media.
LMC Media helped me in my media journey from the very beginning.
And I was a video production intern with Larchmont Mamaroneck Community Television.
I started volunteering at LMC 10 years ago when I was just 10 years old.
I started out announcing games for the varsity sports part of LMC TV.
I started volunteering with LMC TV around middle school.
I needed a place to start so I could learn and grow not only in front of the camera but also behind the scenes.
I gained incredibly valuable hands-on experience in live video production.
But working here cemented my love for film and television production, and now it's something that I want to do for the rest of my life.
It gave me those reps, those opportunities to get some games under my belt.
There was something about working with my hands, being part of a team, and getting to meet so many different people over the course of a night that really inspired me to pursue a career in media production.
It mattered to me because I felt like I was contributing to a talented local station while also learning as much as I could about the community that I was serving.
By working on shows like The Local Live and the annual election night coverage from a young age, I was learning about and got to be involved in news going on in the community.
With the knowledge and confidence that they gave me, I now feel that I am well equipped to go out into the world and pursue a career in video journalism.
I wouldn't be where I am today without LMC TV.
As an employee of WNET New York Public Media,
I'm now a graduate student at New York University's News and Documentary Journalism program.
And it's helped lead to my career of announcing games for ESPN+.
LMC and the people here changed my life.
And I don't even know where I would be with my career or my ambitions or my passions if I had not experienced that internship.
And that's why I can't imagine my life without LMC, because they truly have built a community.
The skills I learned at LMC, I forever take with me on all my media assignments. So thank you, LMC.
So I'm very, very thankful.
Carry it into the next step. We don't feel we have
So, but I think it's hey.
Hey, Joe. How are you? Good. You good? Patrick baiting something? Nice to meet you. Oh, nice to put a face to a name. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Right, as of right now, that's just what it started at, because I spend more so at, and I guess I didn't ask the question. I asked the question per se, that you take out. How would you have these teachers be able to handle the kids that are already learning?
I had to.
Well, instead of
That's the only evidence that is mine. That's the only evidence that is mine. Hello, Leonis. Is it? Yeah, thank you.
I think.
Hopefully doesn't hit his head at 10 seconds.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, my mom smoked and drank for that pregnancy. At least my wife didn't do that, right?
Right.
Carrie, are you coming on?
Right.
Welcome into another telecast of LMC Varsity Sports. It's been about 3 months since our last telecast. Boys Varsity Basketball Senior Day here at Rhinebeck on, I think, March the 9th, February the 9th, and today is May 5th. So almost 3 months later, alongside Ian Sachs, I'm Charlie McGraw. We are here at Rhinebeck for Boys Senior Day, and just like the basketball team had a great regular season, the lacrosse team at Rhinebeck is having a great season here, one of their best ever, as the program's only about 10 years old.
Yeah, looking for already guaranteed their first winning season since 2014, and a lot of playoff implications on the line here as we look toward the postseason, but of course, still a couple regular season games to get out of the way, and it's the Brook Trojans standing in front of the Panthers today.
Started a couple minutes early after the Senior Day festivities. Current coach John Sable has been the head coach since the program was resurrected in 2011, and 11 years later here in 2022 having his best season. Panthers looking to go undefeated in league with a win today, and at 8-4 with two brutal losses at the buzzer. And that one is saved by the goalie Zingier, Joseph Zingier, his first save. If not for those buzzer beaters, that could be 10-2.
It's a very good point, and that was Ethan Tarstein, Brook's leading scorer on that shot. Look to see his name called a lot for the Trojans, but Zingier has been so solid in the crease for the Panthers today.
Found it behind a poster.
As Rhinebeck has it, one of the 8th grade twins, Jake Reese, they have a combined 42 goals, the 8th graders. Number 2, Jake, and number 17, Owen.
Future certainly bright for the Panthers with those two stud 8th graders already performing on the varsity.
One of the two sets of twins, as that shot hits the defender, and it'll stay with Rhinebeck. The West twins are Luke and his brother is Ronan. They're the other set of twins, juniors for the Panthers. That's pretty rare to have two sets of twins on a team, but it is their biggest size roster for Rhinebeck.
That's what you see, the tradition of Rhinebeck boys lacrosse just continuing to expand. Already a decade into the program and only going up from here.
Near goal, but it's just wide by the 8th grader Reese. And that's after a section championship by the baseball team last year. Thought all the young kids would want to play baseball, but they're all coming up and playing lacrosse.
Great run by the Panthers in the postseason last year, and they're over on the diamond just to our left.
Another shot wide by the 8th grader Reese. He's had 3 in the last minute and a half. with 9:20 left in this first quarter.
Wide left on that first shot, wide right that time. Likes to work on the near side of the crease.
Luke West passes to Owen Reese.
Oh, come on, Eli, go get that E!
And Blind Brook nearly gets the turnover as one of the few grass fields left in Section 1 merits a turnover against Rhinebeck, and Blind Brook will pick it up on the grass and cross midfield and look for their second shot on goal. After all that possession, they play right in front and they score. The Trojans 29-24. That's Cats to Berman Annunciata.
Max Harris did a great job on that one, picking up the ground ball, bringing it into the offensive zone and setting up that fast break opportunity for Berman Annunciata right in front of the crease to give the visitors the 1-0 lead.
And Ian, it's all about shots on goal. Rhinebeck had about 5 shots, none on goal for their almost 3 minute possession. Blind Brook had the ball for about 25-30 seconds. They had 2 shots on goal and near goal early, and then that one on their second shot of the game scored, but Rhinebeck got to put a shot on the goalie.
Yeah, Zingier's already been tested twice, has the 1 save, allowed that goal right there. But for the Rhinebeck offense, the more you keep pounding into the offensive third, the more opportunities you'll get. You'll finally find the back of the net.
Nothing Zingier could do. That was he got too close and just a perfect pass from Katz, Berman Annunciata. Just on the doorstep, easy goal. And they throw it away. Right on cue, Katz throws it away.
And Charlie, we were talking about the 2 sets of twins on this Rhinebeck team. How about Blind Brook with a trio of brothers on the roster, the Tarstein brothers? We already talked about Ethan Tarstein, the junior, but he's also joined by the freshman Zachary and the 8th grader Tyler. So the Tarstein family, very vital to the success of this Blind Brook team that comes in 7-3.
And their numbers are much closer together than the Rhinebeck twins. The Rhinebeck twins, their numbers are separated by double-digit differences, and the Tarsteins are 12, 13, and 16. Pretty easy. And then there was 2 guys with the same last name. They said were not Almeida, but they're not related. Eduardo and Henrique on Blind Brook, but they are not brothers. So that's interesting fact as well. And Rhinebeck has it.
Go Eli! Go Eli!
Good pass, and another wide shot. Nothing on target yet. Maybe some senior day jitters. Great job by Blind Brook to keep it in. By the defenseman. That was Stump. Freshman. Actually, no, it was number 12, not 10. Tarstein right on cue. Tyler, the 8th grader. Rhinebeck usually has a goal by this point in the game, 5 minutes through, but haven't got one on target yet to make Robert Carey, the goalie, save it. And they were looking for a shot there, but it's bobbled. And Blind Brook has to regroup. Rhinebeck regroups on the Blind Brook defense. Behind the goal now, Schneider, Jaden Schneider. Moves it to Luke West. And that shot is scored. Luke West to Eli Thur. And Eli Thur, the other 8th grader besides the Reese twins, scores, assisted by West, and it's 1-1 with 6:18 to go in this first quarter.
It's a great shot by West. You heard it clang off the near post and trickle in. He found that slim opening just to the right side of Carey, the goalie, to get it in and get the goal. And just before the
Thur,
half,
right? Thur assisted by West. Yeah.
Just before the halfway point.
Right.
Of the quarter.
8th grader trio of 8th graders, the twins, the Reese twins and Thur, all get significant playing time and all have a good amount of goals, and Thur strikes first, the 8th grader on senior day. Rhyneck gets it forward on the face-off, and he wins it. That was Michael Bea. Cam Bea. Stats we got from Patrick West, the twins' father. Entering this game, Cam Bea, listed as Michael, but Cam Bea has won 50 of 79 face-offs in past 4 games. That's pretty good to get his percentage for the season up to 53. So certainly put him in that's a penalty on Brook. First of the game, hit to the head. We'll hear.
An aggressive take just in front of the net. Swarming defense, but just a little too aggressive.
1 minute. Have to pick his flag up. Drawn by West. Luke West got the assist, and then the penalty drawn a minute later. 5:45 left in this first quarter.
Low force to stand on the sideline to give Rhyneck the man-up advantage.
Ooh, off the Brook helmet, and nice play to catch it by West. And nearly stolen by Brook, picked up by Owen Reese. Brook has the co-coaches, Jason Einiguler and Guy Curry. Jonathan Sable assisted by Darian Beecha and Matt DeBellis. And that good save by Brook. Robert Carey get 2 saves on that play. And they may kill off this penalty. Although that pass, that was a great catch there on that pass to Tayerstein.
There you go, nice.
And nearly loses it, and he does. Great steal by Ronan. And he comes like a freight train. Brother to brother, the twin strike. Ronan West to Luke West. Luke now has a goal and an assist, and Ronan has a steal. A huge turnover after Brook got it, and a huge assist. So the defenseman Ronan West hooks up his twin Luke West with the goal, and it's 2-1 Panthers. Power play.
Carey gambled on that one. He tried to go one-on-one right as West was coming toward the crease, and just got simply beat on that one, and that gives Rhyneck the 2-1 lead. Back-to-back goals for the Panthers.
It's just a war on those face-offs, and Bea gets it as it was picked up by Owen Reese. So Rhyneck will play it here. As we're back in the stands, like at the football games, this press box was not sittable, or I guess it wasn't, the press box wasn't person ready up there. Picked up by Ronan. That's about his 3rd or 4th ground ball. Was he the one? Yeah, leads Section 1 in ground balls for any player, not a face-off player. 119 ground balls. But if you win a face-off, how does that count as a ground ball? I guess it counts as both. Nonetheless, he's added to that as he has at least 3 or 4 today already. Maybe about 3. The one that led to the goal for his twin. 2-1, Rhyneck looking to make it 3-1 here. Big game is looking to get undefeated. Class D for the playoffs. Should have a good seed. Looking to improve to 9-4, and a bouncing goal. Took a bad bounce in front of Carey, and Matthew Pereira on senior day, the last guy honored by Coach Sable, scores on senior day, I think unassisted.
Pereira so shifty with that. The quick trigger to go to the ground and bounce it past Carey, and you see just how special of a player he is. Sable, before the game, was a little choked up when he got to Pereira to discuss him before the game as part of the Senior Day festivities.
And that's knowing your field too, Ian. Is that bounce, that probably doesn't get in on turf, but he knows that it's a little, that the bounces are different on the grass right there, and it took a perfect bounce for him.
Absolutely, really good point, Charlie.
Where on another field probably doesn't score. That's deflating for Carey. You're up, and it's made a couple saves too. It just got him beat a couple times on tough shots. But a much needed scoring time now for Blindbrook. So they got the ball, and it could be their 4th or 5th turnover of the day, and Dimitri Hilton, senior running back on the football team, picks it up and then loses it. So good job by Blindbrook to get it back. So you have just the 2 shots, the 1 goal and the save made by Zingier. And they were 7 minutes ago, both of them, 7 minutes plus. Blindbrook had, Rhinebeck probably had about 6 or 7 shots, and with the 3 goals, and that was wide, and Blindbrook backs it up. Clock stops, 1:58 left. Behind the goal, fighting for it. Wow, Blindbrook gets it, shovels it out, and now triple teamed. And Blindbrook, turnovers are killing Blindbrook here, but they almost get it back. That grass field playing havoc. Foul on Blindbrook. Hilton gets the call, and there'll be a Rhinebeck ball with under 2 minutes to go, 1:16.
Fantastic defense that entire possession by Rhinebeck.
And right on the doorstep, and another goal for Luke West. He has 2 goals and an assist, and the Panthers lead 4-1 after trailing 1-0, 4 straight, and it's 4-1 Panthers with 1:08 left.
Had such a demoralizing turn of events for Blindbrook. Penetrated the Rhinebeck defensive zone so much. You had a couple opportunities right in front of the crease, could not find the back of the net any of those times. You turn it over in the midfield, commit a foul, Rhinebeck comes right down, scores a quick goal to go up 4-1.
Blindbrook with a much needed face-off win, but they pick it up and don't turn it over again, as that was Tayerstein, Tyler, the 8th grader. Big looking 8th grader. Has it now. 40 seconds left. Said it before, but this is definitely a must score here. But not only is it a must score, it's a must wait as long, because you don't want to give Rhinebeck a chance to make it 5-1. Turn it over here, and you could do that with 30 seconds left. It's a must not turn over situation if you don't, especially if you can't score. Now's when you want to go towards the goal with 15 seconds left, though, because they have it backed up anyway. 10 seconds. They're waiting. Tayerstein here. Tyler plays it across, and a great save by Zingier. He's got 2. According to Mr. West, he likes to be known as Zephy, listed as Joseph, and that'll end the first half. So first quarter, 4-1 lead for the Panthers, and it had everything. Great defense, great goalie play, and great offense too, as they lead 4-1. Here on LMC Varsity Sports, Ian and I will be right back with the second quarter.
This is your media center, live mobile production van, in-studio recording, podcasting, social media, in your schools, watching your government, with your neighbors. LMC Media, building community through media.
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Roku in full high definition? Go to streaming channels and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
LMC Media's YouTube channel is where you can connect to your community. You can easily find your favorite videos in a playlist or keyword search. Videos are added daily relating to your community, weekly updates, talk shows.
Welcome to another community conversation. I'm Michael Witch for LMC Media.
How-tos, and municipal meetings. Stay connected through video. Check it out and subscribe.
Wait, everything in the refrigerator. What do you mean?
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, we're live for Senior Day here at Rhinebeck High School, our first telecast in almost 3 months since the boys varsity basketball game, Senior Day. And after they had a great regular season, Rhinebeck having another one there, 8-4, and they lead 4-1 after 2 goals by Luke West, a goal by Eli Thur, and on Senior Day, Matthew Pereira leading one, putting one in as well after they trailed 1-0. And a great save to end the half by Zephy Zingier.
And Charlie, you talk about the success of this Rhinebeck team this season. 8-4 on the season, but 6 straight wins entering today.
So that means they were 2-4 before the 6-game winning streak that made them 8-4, which makes sense because league play they're undefeated, and those early games that they lost to the higher classes teams, that 2 of those they lost in the final seconds. So yeah, after starting 2-4, like you said, they're now 8-4. Good pass and good fake out, and a save made by Carey on the side of his body. He's got about 5 saves, give or take.
Reese has had several shots today, and wide on the first few. That one right into the waiting stick of Carey.
He got it with the side of his body. As they switch sides after the first quarter, so Linebrook going this way after Rhinebeck scored on this side 4 times. As they'll pass to Terrestine, and Linebrook scored about 2 minutes into the game, so haven't scored in the last 12 minutes almost. Falling on the grass there was Berman Annunziata, who scored the first goal, and that one is high and wide on the lefty shot. Berman Annunziata passed it to Terrestine. And it is 10-13 left in this first half. Linebrook has it behind their own goal. Nice save, Zingier. And illegally played on the floor by Tayerstein. I thought it was. Yeah, Tayerstein illegally played it on the floor. He thought it was his ball. The ref said no, it was going the other way, and that's what he had said the whole time, but tried to get it anyway, but as he heads to the sideline and comes back. And a turnover by Reinach there. Look up. That wasn't Zingier, that was one of the defensemen, but either way, that was a risky pass. We saw Blindbrook get away with one earlier and then turn it over right after. And then that one was never secured, and now Blindbrook has it again. I guess when you're up 4-1, oh, wide open goal for Blindbrook as Zingier was taken out and the other side in the pass, and it's scored by Garber, Riley Garber, assisted by Tyler Tayerstein, and it's quickly a 4-2.
Great vision by Tayerstein to draw the defense to him and be able to see Garber camped up on the far post, rifle it through the defense to him, and lead to that easy goal, and an important one for Blindbrook to try to get back into this one. Stops a run of 4 straight for the Panthers.
It was that turnover that caused it. As Reinach turned it over, and about less than a minute later, Blindbrook scored. But another face-off win there for Cam Baya, and picked up by Ronan West. And the Panthers will Reinach has it. Pereira, senior goal scorer, will give it a go. And pass high. It'll go to Blindbrook. Forced pass by Pereira. Looked like he was going for the goal. He was going to take a shot, and then he passed it in the middle and high. I mean, it was a shot from not the best angle that it would have been, but obviously it would have been a better result than that pass.
Looked like a little bit of indecision once he jumped into the air and wasn't exactly sure where he wanted to go with it and had to make a split-second decision.
Second turnover in a row by Reinach. The last one led to the second goal for Blindbrook, and we'll see if this will lead to the third goal. Blindbrook has it. Tayerstein to Tayerstein. Ooh, good deep. Wow. So he juked off the defender, Russell Foster, did Ethan Tayerstein, where it looked like it was deflected off of Foster, and then he basically put it in his left hand, and he scored like from 12 yards out, when it looked like it was knocked away by Foster.
The delay on that play, you saw him look like he was going to attack, pulled back up, and then found his open lane to rifle that shot off for his first goal of the afternoon. And what a beauty to get Blindbrook back within one. And, you know, it looked like we had a turning point in that first quarter with 4 straight for the Panthers. Trojans respond valiantly here in the second quarter.
Tayerstein he's, you said, the leading scorer for Blindbrook with his first goal of the game. And 3 different goal scorers now: Garber, Berman, Annunziata, and Tayerstein. Oh, another bad pass by the Panthers. Luke West throws it away, and Blindbrook will get it, and they'll look to score on 3 straight Reinach turnovers. They can put it home here, and a little carelessness by the Panthers, not good.
West just sent that pass unnecessarily high, and it sailed on him and went out of bounds, resulting in the turnover.
But Blindbrook goes out of bounds. Refs will get together. Well, they'll grant the timeout before he stepped out. So the VAR official heard a timeout and they grant it, so it will remain Blindbrook ball, and they'll save the turnover before he stepped out. So we'll be right back. 7:28 to go here on Reinach Senior Day. Boys lacrosse looking to improve to 9-4 as they lead 4-3 with 7:28 to go in the first half. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports.
Do you have a great idea for a YouTube video or a short film, but don't know how to make it happen?
LMC Media has what you need.
Our equipment cage is stocked with professional quality cameras, tripods, lighting, sound, cabling, and more. Our 768 square foot studio features a full lighting grid, wraparound green screen, teleprompter, TriCaster, and high definition cameras.
To reserve equipment, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
Need technical support for your next meeting or presentation? LMC Media offers full-service meeting management virtually, in real life, or a hybrid of both. Our staff can run your meeting or webinar, set up for in-person audiences to interact, or provide a professional space for you to stream. Contact us for more information at info@lmcmedia.org.
Alongside Ian Saxon, it'll be Blind Brook ball in front of the Rhinebeck bench, and it'll be brought up by Tyler Terrestein, the 8th grader who has an assist. So Tyler has an assist, Ethan Terrestein has a goal, and just Zachary Terrestein is the only Terrestein not in the scoring column with a goal and an assist yet. Have we seen him on the? Hasn't played much, right? 16, a little bit. Blind Brook has it. So the timeout was granted, even though it looked like they had stepped out. And Blind Brook gets a break. A big one. Didn't matter as they turn it over. They had about 5 or 6 in the first half, maybe even more turnovers for Blind Brook. That was about their first or second in the second quarter. Rhinebeck has had 3 now, 3 or 4. And a good move to get away from the stick there of Blind Brook was Luke West, as he's a goal shy of a first half hat trick. Probably the nicest day of the spring sports season. It's been cold and rainy, and this week by far, as we had 2 games postponed on us, Monday and girls softball, and Wednesday yesterday was baseball here at Rhinebeck. And that'll be picked up and taking a shot. And Blind Brook said it was legal play there by Schutzer, and he has it. Rhinebeck gets it. Five minutes and 10 seconds left in the second half. No goals yet in the second half by Rhinebeck after 4 first half goals. Blind Brook with 2 in the half. Make it there, and that shot is blocked. Owen Reese. Went off of Blind Brook, so Rhinebeck will keep it. West passes to Pereira. To Reese. And give it to Blind Brook. It's the goalie and defenseman. Minnick went after it. And nearly turned over and picked up by Hugo Hennefent, the sophomore, makes the pass to Pereira. Good play by Hennefent.
Yeah, Hennefent knocked it away and then hit it to exactly where he'd be able to get it away from the Trojan he was battling for it, and sets up a Rhinebeck possession here. Panthers have been held scoreless throughout this second quarter. So you would love to see, if you're Coach Stable, a score here to double the lead up.
Hennefent looking for the one-timer there from West. Was looking for a second assist, but he couldn't handle the pass. And it would have been off Linebrook, but it doesn't reach the sidelines. And there's a big scrum now, joined in by 4 more guys, and no one can get the ball. Finally, about the 8th guy to the party comes and gets it. And Linebrook uses their second and final timeout of this half. And we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. 4-3 Linebrook ball.
Rhinebeck leads here on senior day with 3:21 left in the first half.
Do you need space for a meeting, conference, or presentation?
LMC Media has what you need.
Our 768 square foot studio space is ideal for many types of productions, readings, recitals, rehearsals, and workshops. The space has video recording capability, as well as daylight temperature lighting, green screen, and stage. 2 additional rooms at 208 and 156 square feet can be used for any of your needs. Auditions, meetings, classes, workshops, one-on-one instructions, and more. Both rooms feature video monitors with Chromecasting capability, making presentations a breeze.
To reserve one or more of our spaces, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, Tony McGraw alongside Ian Sachs. 4-3 Rhinebeck, but Linebrook will get the ball back. And we haven't seen many shots on goal either from
Rhinebeck, let alone any goals here in the second quarter.
Rhinebeck's been held scoreless, and they haven't even gotten the goal opportunities. They've turned a lot of their possessions have ended in turnovers. So that crisp offense that we saw in that first quarter has gone stagnant here over the last 9 minutes.
I think they had 1 shot on goal in the second quarter that was saved by Carey. And Linebrook has the 2 goals.
They play keep away, no shot clock.
In high school anymore, I think there used to be. But actually, there might have never been any.
I know there is in college in the pros. Is Linebrook actually trying to, I guess, at least hold for a while so Rhinebeck doesn't get the ball back?
Remember, no shot clock at this level, so they could sit on it as long as they want to.
The ref doesn't even have to tell them to go at any time, really. Just the clock, which has 1:55. They got it with about 3 minutes, so they've been doing this for about a minute now.
That's Maxwell Harris, Daniel McRedmond, and Tyler Tayerstein. The 3-man keep away, but it's mainly been Tyler Terrestein and Maxwell Harris.
I think it's a smart play by the Blind Brook coaching staff to hold for one final shot.
And they call a travel or legal play there, so came back to haunt them, but they did take a minute and a half off the clock. But they were doing all that, and they do trail 4-3. I mean, they obviously don't want Rhinebeck to, they want to keep shut out the second quarter, but it's not like they had the lead. It looks like Rhinebeck's a little more offensive minded here. They should hold for the last shot of the half, but they're going to lose it. Looks like the grass stops it in the corner, basically the corner of the end zone, as that's part of the lacrosse field. And Rhinebeck gets the smart timeout, as they had two. Blind Brook used both of theirs, and 52.4, Rhinebeck up 4-3. Their ball on the first timeout of the second quarter, Coach John Sable. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports.
Them or the crowd?
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Apple TV in full high definition? Go to the App Store and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports for the third time, we saw a timeout perfectly called as it saved possessions for Blind Brook at the moment, those two earlier in the quarter, and now the first time for Rhinebeck here, and they save it, a much needed save. They nearly turned it over with 54 seconds left, and they'll have it here with, as the clock is now at 40. Can't turn it over and give Blind Brook a chance to tie it before the half. That would be deflating for Rhinebeck. And that would make the score in the second quarter 3-0 Blind Brook too. 24 seconds. Good catch there in the back of the end zone by Luke West. And Luke West gets the hat trick. I guess the pass from Pereira counts as an assist, even though he went about 15 yards forward and scored, and it was like a dunk behind the goal and perfectly executed off the timeout. But there are 15 seconds left in this first half.
What a shot by Luke. And you saw he wasn't even looking toward the goal. He was looking almost like to pass it out, try to reset, get into their final set, and all of a sudden the ball is in the back of the net. A pretty nifty move by the junior and make it a hat trick, and that's exactly what Coach Sable was looking for to close out the half.
Following the timeout that saved the possession with 54 seconds, they score almost exactly 40 seconds later as a 14.9 and a huge face-off. Still bounces around, and the clock is stopped while it's not picked up. But it's supposed to go, and it does. Probably should have been over already, and the ref was keeping track of it on his watch himself, and that ends the first half. So it started as soon there, and not when it wasn't run by the scoreboard operator. So Rhinebeck with just the one goal, Luke West third of the game to go along with an assist, but Blind Brook at 2, so it's 5-3 at the half. We'll be back with the second half in about 10 minutes here on Senior Day on LMC Varsity Sports.
LMC Varsity Sports. We hope to continue this service of streaming our school's varsity sports matches, but we can only do this with your support. Visit lmcmedia.org/donate and make your contribution today and keep this program going.
Large Mamba Marinette, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media. Building community through media.
I guess. What do you say? Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, my mistake, sorry, good job by our cameraman Fabio Rio as Rhinebeck gets it here and they got a chance and the shot is scored! Luke West, number 4. So Rhinebeck, it looked like the half was over. Instead, it's second time they hook up today. Ronan West passes to Luke West out of the timeout and Luke has 4 goals and an assist and Ronan has 2, both to Luke. And what a difference, 6-3 instead of 5-3 with 2.4 seconds left. A huge timeout and saving the end of the half by Coach Sable and the Panthers. Unbelievable.
An interesting way to see this first half come to a close. We thought we were heading into the 10-minute break, and instead we get an extra Rhinebeck goal.
So instead of 5-3, it's 6-3 as the first half now officially ends, definitely. So the first half's over. Both coaches used their 2 timeouts. Coach Sable of Rhinebeck, they had both of them inside a minute, and both led directly to goals. So that's using your timeout efficiently. The only 2 goals Rhinebeck scored in the half, both in the second quarter, both by Luke West. He has 4 goals and an assist, and the junior on senior day is standing out, and Rhinebeck leads, doubling up the Trojans 6-3. We'll be right back. We'll be back in 10 minutes actually here live from Rhinebeck with the second half. Panthers up 6-3, looking to improve to a great record of 9-4 with a win.
LMC Varsity Sports. We hope to continue this service of streaming our school's varsity sports matches, but we can only do this with your support. Visit lmcmedia.org/donate and make your contribution today and keep this program going.
Large Mamba Marinette, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media. Building community through media.
LMC Media helped me in my media journey from the very beginning.
And I was a video production intern with Larchmont Mamaroneck Community Television.
I started volunteering at LMC 10 years ago when I was just 10 years old.
I started out announcing games for the varsity sports part of LMC TV.
I started volunteering with LMC TV around middle school.
I needed a place to start so I could learn and grow not only in front of the camera but also behind the scenes.
I gained incredibly valuable hands-on experience in live video production.
But working here cemented my love for film and television production, and now it's something that I want to do for the rest of my life.
It gave me those reps, those opportunities to get some games under my belt.
There was something about working with my hands, being part of a team, and getting to meet so many different people over the course of a night that really inspired me to pursue a career in media production.
It mattered to me because I felt like I was contributing to a talented local station while also learning as much as I could about the community that I was serving.
By working on shows like The Local Live and the annual election night coverage from a young age, I was learning about and got to be involved in news going on in the community.
With the knowledge and confidence that they gave me, I now feel that I am well equipped to go out into the world and pursue a career in video journalism.
I wouldn't be where I am today without LMC TV.
As an employee of WNET New York Public Media,
I'm now a graduate student at New York University's News and Documentary Journalism program.
And it's helped lead to my career of announcing games for ESPN+.
LMC and the people here changed my life.
And I don't even know where I would be with my career or my ambitions or my passions if I had not experienced that internship.
And that's why I can't imagine my life without LMC, because they truly have built a community.
The skills I learned at LMC, I forever take with me on all my media assignments. So thank you, LMC.
So I'm very, very thankful.
Do you need space for a meeting, conference, or presentation?
LMC Media has what you need.
Our 768 square foot studio space is ideal for many types of productions, readings, recitals, rehearsals, and workshops. The space has video recording capability, as well as daylight temperature lighting, green screen, and stage. 2 additional rooms at 208 and 156 square feet can be used for any of your needs. Auditions, meetings, classes, workshops, one-on-one instructions, and more. Both rooms feature video monitors with Chromecasting capability, making presentations a breeze.
To reserve one or more of our spaces, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
My name is Sean. I'm a regular volunteer here.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm a volunteer. Today is my very first day. I've only been here about an hour.
LMC just provides a lot of opportunities for volunteers.
This was the first opportunity I've ever had to be like in a professional news setting.
I've learned on camera, I learned post-production, I've learned everything that I could possibly learn about the world of TV and production in general.
Everybody is extremely outgoing and very helpful. I think everyone seems to have a good time when they're making the show or behind the scenes, so it's a very friendly, like, positive environment.
Every time I would come in, it would just be a whole new experience. Just all the people were just so nice and inviting.
Everybody who works at LMC, they're just great to be around. It's a great laugh. It's, you know, it kind of feels like a family.
The LMC Media production van is a fully equipped mobile production unit. This custom-built van has cutting-edge professional video and telecommunications technology, high-definition cameras, and accommodates a full production crew. Interviews and events can be easily live-streamed from remote locations to the LMC cable channels and social media. This mobile unit allows for broadcasting from anywhere in our tri-municipal community and beyond. Sporting events, graduations, concerts, festivals, parades, and more. The LMC Media production van is ready to go whenever you need it.
Do you have a great idea for a YouTube video or a short film, but don't know how to make it happen?
LMC Media has what you need.
Our equipment cage is stocked with professional quality cameras, tripods, lighting, sound, cabling, and more. Our 768 square foot studio features a full lighting grid, wraparound green screen, teleprompter, TriCaster, and high-definition cameras.
To reserve equipment, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
LMC Media's YouTube channel is where you can connect to your community. You can easily find your favorite videos in a playlist or keyword search. Videos are added daily relating to your community, weekly updates, talk shows.
Welcome to another community conversation. I'm Michael Witch for LMC Media.
How-tos, and municipal meetings. Stay connected through video. Check it out and subscribe.
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Roku in full high definition? Go to streaming channels and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Ian Sachs, I'm Sean McGraw, and what an ending it was to the second quarter as Rhinebeck, Luke West scored. The only Rhinebeck goals of the second quarter is going down there was Matthew Pereira. And instead of it being 4-3, like it was with a minute to go, it's 6-3. The second and final goal, we didn't even, we thought the half was over, but Rhinebeck called the timeout. And Ronan West got it, passed it to his brother, and he scored with under 3 seconds to go. And he's got 4 goals and an assist, and probably won't find many better first halves in Section 1 lacrosse than that line from the Junior West here on Senior Day.
Yeah, that was such a backbreaker for Blind Brook. You hold Rhinebeck scoreless for the first 11 minutes of that second quarter. You get back to within 1 goal. And the deficit is the same that it was at halftime as it was after the first quarter.
Right, 4-1 and now 6-3. And it was 4-3 with a minute to go in the half, as Ian said. And timeout was called to save the possession. It looked like Blind Brook was even going to get the ball back about with a minute to go. And there was a turnover, and then they call it. And another goal by West. This one assisted by Jake Reese, his first assist, the 8th grader. Assist pass to Luke West, and Luke West now has 5 goals, and using the momentum to end the half, they start this second half with another Luke West goal, and it's 7-3. So instead of like with and game clock wise, that was 2 minutes and about 2 minutes and 25 seconds ago, it was 4-3 in the game, and now it's 7-3. As they, with a minute to go, with 50 seconds to go, West, 40 seconds to go, West made it 5-3, and then with 3 seconds ago, he made it 6-3, and now 7-3. So 3 goals in a row, too, by Luke West.
Charlie, this is turning into the Luke West show, and once again, we see why he's one of the top goal scorers in all of Section 1. So crafty with it, can score in a bunch of different ways.
And Blind Brook answers much needed goal. That was Garber. He's got 2, assisted by Berman Annunziata, and it's 7-4. So 2 goals in the first minute and 36 seconds.
Blind Brook has had success coming down quickly and scoring. When they try to hold the ball, it has not worked out for them, but both of Garber's goals have come in transition before the Panthers defense can get set up.
And your point about Luke West they're 8-4. He's played all 12 games. Coming into today, he had 36 goals and 49 assists. So add 5, that's 41, and add an assist for 50 assists in
12 and a half games. Who knows? Probably add at least 1 or 2 more. He almost did there, but it goes high.
$50 assists in 12 and a half games he's
Below his average so far with only just 1 assist in this game, because he's got the 5 goals, which is above his average, or right at the clip actually.
No, it's way above, sorry.
That was 5 goals in 26 minutes.
Go Reineck!
Go Reineck!
Understandably so. I don't think I've seen him out maybe once. Come out to go the sidelines. Although, yeah, he's played basically the whole game. Which I imagine he does most, stay at a couple of routes. Taking their time. West getting a couple hits though, and he scores, and it's blocked. It was backed up, so Reineck would have kept it anyway, and a good hit there to keep the possession. Reineck would have kept it anyway, but the shot took a bad bounce as it hit Hennefin, and that had to hurt, even with the pads, and that's would have been a Luke West assist, but it was shot wide by Thur, who had I think the second goal, actually the first goal of the game. Yeah, Thur scored the first goal. That bouncer save made. And they give it to Hugo Hennefin, the sophomore. Just beat out Blindbrook's Schutzer. He had a head start on him, and that was the difference. Hennefin is a bigger size player, but he's we've seen a couple good moves by him. West thought about it. He passes, and that's an assist as Jake Reese, who assisted on West, now has a goal and an assist, and West now has 2 assists, 51 on the year, to go along with 5 goals in this game. 5 goals, 2 assists for Luke West. So that makes it 8-4. So just realized that Luke West has now contributed on 7 of the 8 goals.
Incredible. I think it'd be safe to say that the Reineck offense runs through Luke West, and we talked about it earlier in that first half, Charlie, when Jake Reese had several of those opportunities. A couple of shots went wide, 1 or 2 blocked right at the goal. He was going to find the back of the net at some point, did that on the last possession as Reineck comes back and looks to expand on this lead, already the largest lead of the contest.
Yeah, it was 4-1, and then after 1, 6-3 there. It was just 7-4, and now, as you said, largest lead, 8-4. And West had it for a second, but now they're playing it slow as they play it around. Hennefin had it, passed it to West, who fires it to Reese, who hooked up on both sides for the last 2 goals. Reese to West, and now then West to Reese, as this is Pereira, senior on senior day, goal and assist to West. Could have been another assist, and the shot there.
It was a tough shot for Reese. Momentum carrying him to his left, had to fire it off before the defender converged. Had a small opening, got it off though, but sent it wide. West tried to go behind the back once again on that one. We saw that work late in that second quarter.
But it's so hard to do that. It was hard to do the first time, and even harder to do again, and as it didn't work. But a turnover by Brook. We'll have the nifty looking all blues. With Rhinebeck with the black helmet, black shorts, and white and Carolina blue numbers. At first glance, they look like they'd be hard to read, but they're not, the numbers. Thankfully. West passes to Reese. Score. That was Pereira, his second. And I think it was assisted by Owen Reese. I don't think by West this time. Owen Reese to Pereira. He has 2 goals and an assist, the senior on senior day, with exactly halfway through this third quarter. 6 minutes gone by and 3 goals for Rhinebeck in the quarter.
Shot from Pereira nearly stopped by Carey. He slowed it up a fair amount and just happened to trickle back behind him and find the back of the net. Kind of rolled toward the back of the net almost.
Everything going Rhinebeck's way here in the second half with that goal trickling in.
Play it here. To Seth Lowe. I'll bring it up. Tayerstein, leading goal scorer, just with the 1 goal as Garber has 2. Berman Annunziata has 1 and Tayerstein has 1. Five minutes to go in the third quarter. And a ground ball shot that skips up, and a body save by Zingier for about 4th. He hasn't had many opportunities, about 4 or 5, and he's given up 4, but a couple nice ones, and add that to the list. And he passes to West, who will bring it in. And a good pass, and a shank shot there. Could have been 3 assists and 5 goals for West. But Jake Reese.
Leone, it seemed like, was even a little too wide open as he was approaching the crease and started thinking about the shot before getting in position to take it. Fortunately for Rhinebeck, though, they retained possession and have an opportunity to get back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, my mistake. It was Joseph Leone, the senior, trying to be the second senior to score here.
And that one, a nice save made.
Looking for his 6th goal was Luke West, but it was save number 8 by Robert Carey.
And Rhinebeck retains it. Dimitri Hilton, Joe Leone, Matthew Pereira.
West in his follow through on that shot. Hit clobbered low right on the helmet. Could have altered the shot some, but Lowe seems fine.
There's the man of the game, and it's just wide. Luke West looked like that was another goal number 6, but goes wide. Count the wide shots, he must have taken them over close to 15. I mean, usually just the shots on goal count, but if you count the ones that have gone wide, he's probably taken over around 15 shots, which is unreal. Especially how he stands. Right now he's behind the goal. He moves around and stuff, but to start behind there and have all the success on offense that he has is just thrown away by Ryan X.
So lethal in that X position behind the cage.
Now we're trying to get it back for them, but somebody does. It looks like it's off Brook, and he thought he got hit at the head, but that's not the call by the official, and Ronan hands it off to, I think he cost his brother an assist though. That was a nice pass, great pass, brother to brother, Luke to Ronan. Luke, the first one was initially save number 9 by Carey. What a save, as it was on the doorstep. He had to pick it up and put it in. I don't think that's an assist. No, because it was on the rebound. So he has now a goal and 2 assists, does Ronan West, and Luke is stuck on 2 assists with his 5 goals. If he had initially scored, it obviously would have been the assist, but he didn't. Had to pick it up as it was literally trickling on the goal line. And it's not 10-4 with that. They're dominating this third quarter, using the momentum for that late goal with 2.2 seconds to go in the second quarter. So it looked like the half was over with that good timeout, which was Ronan to Luke. And it's now 10-4. But that was huge, as that made it 6-3 instead of 5-3. They used all that momentum for their 4 goals to match their total from the first quarter with 4. And there's 2:20 left, and they have the ball now. I was going to say, it looked like Luke West finally came out of the game, but he's still in there. Easy to spot with that black stick. Calling the signals there, and he tries to set a pick, and does.
I like the black stick look. You don't see it very often. A couple Brook players have it as well, and the black netting, I think it's a sharp look.
Yeah. Luke West has it. Passes. That was a pass that went through and was saved by Carey.
Looking for more just right near the crease, and couldn't make the connection.
And Brook will look to cut the lead, but they lose it here. Ronan West will battle for it. And West leading all Section 1 players except for face-off guys, with 112 ground balls coming into the game, 119 coming into this game, and he's had about 5 or 6, so add that to his total. And that wasn't one there, but it caused a turnover. Brook had a chance to make it 10-5 at end of 3, but Ryan gets it back, and I could give themselves a touchdown lead as they lead 10-4 now. And wow, that looked like that got through. Carey, the defense, and then Carey picked up by Luke West before it goes out, even though he had it backed up. And we play on with 30 seconds left in this half, and the shot scored. That was Owen Reese to Matthew Pereira, and it's a senior day hat trick for Matthew Pereira, and the Panthers, lead, as he has 3 goals and assists now. 11-4 with 25.1 seconds. So Rhinebeck led 6-3 after that late goal, and they've extended their lead from 3 to 7 over the course of this third quarter?
This third quarter has been certainly the difference in the game, but it really all stems back to that final minute of that second quarter. Brook had pulled back within one. It was 4-3. Rhinebeck scores the final 2 goals of the half in the final minute, back to get back up by 3, and well, now it's a 7-goal lead and looking for one more.
And that's a West assist again, number 3, Luke West to Jake Reese. He has 2 goals and an assist. And so Luke West with 3 goals and an assist. 3 assists and 5 goals, and 2 assists and a goal for his brother Ronan. Owen Reese has 2 assists and 3 goals and an assist for the senior Pereira, and now 2 goals and an assist for Jake Reese. So,
Charlie,
goals.
it's now an 8-1 run for the Panthers.
And Luke West now has 52 assists to go along with 41 goals for the season.
Must have a couple games left to get up to 50. A long shot at the buzzer by West is a save made by Carey, and he's at double digits. Tigers up 12-4 after outscoring the Trojans after an early Trojan goal. After a Rhinebeck goal, they then, so they score the last 5 goals of the third quarter, and they lead 12-4. And we'll be right back here on Senior Day with the final quarter on LMC Varsity Sports.
My name is Sean. I'm a regular volunteer here.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm a volunteer. Today is my very first day. I've only been here about an hour.
LMC just provides a lot of opportunities for volunteers.
This was the first opportunity I've ever had to be in a professional news setting.
I've learned on camera, I learned post-production, I've learned everything that I could possibly learn about the world of TV and production in general.
Everybody is extremely outgoing and very helpful. I think everyone seems to have a good time when they're making the show or behind the scenes, so it's a very friendly, positive environment.
Every time I would come in, it would just be a whole new experience. And just all the people were just so nice and inviting.
Everybody who works at LMC, they're just great to be around. It's a great laugh. It's, kind of feels like a family.
The LMC Media production van is a fully equipped mobile production unit. This custom-built van has cutting-edge professional video and telecommunications technology, high-definition cameras, and accommodates a full production crew. Interviews and events can be easily live-streamed from remote locations to the LMC cable channels and social media. This mobile unit allows for broadcasting from anywhere in our tri-municipal community and beyond. Sporting events, graduations, concerts, festivals, parades, and more. The LMC Media production van is ready to go whenever you need it.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Ian Sachs, I'm Troy McGraw, and I think it was that goal. The goal they just shot at for Rhinebeck was they scored 4 in the first quarter and now 6 in the third quarter. So 10 of their 12 goals they shot at that goal, and at the other end they only scored in the final minute of the second quarter. Sometimes it just, I don't know if that was the difference, but it helped them. I mean, the offense exploded last quarter, and that put the game away. We had a good game at the half. I mean, with a minute to go in the half, it was 4-3, and they had those 2 late goals, 6-3. Still have a game. They scored, and then Rhinebeck just put them away in the third.
6-1, the difference in that third quarter in favor of Rhinebeck.
Rhinebeck defense has been huge, only giving up a goal in the first and third quarters and only the 2 in the second. For boys lacrosse to only give up 3 goals in 4 and 3 quarters. The goalie, Zingier, has only had to make about 4 or 5 saves, but the defense has been good, and if it was 4, probably 4 saves max, but 2 or 3 of those were good saves. Like one was with two body and another with his leg. 2 with his chest and 1 with his leg. And on the other end, Carey had some good saves too, but it just too much action. Defense and too much Luke West. 5 goals, 3 assists. The other goals, he was on the field.
Well, Charlie, it also comes down to the number of shots that each goalie is seeing, and that Zingier has only seen a handful of shots today total, whereas Carey has been seen several more.
Rhinebeck's had a couple perfect shots too, as there's a delayed penalty on Blindbrook, just a second of the game. Rhinebeck scored late on the first one. 12-4, 10:35 left. Probably get to see a couple of seniors who don't play a lot here on senior day, the big lead. This was a big game coming in. Well, Blindbrook was 7-3. Rhinebeck was 8-4. And Rhinebeck would stay undefeated on top of the league after this win in D. And first, Rhinebeck had lacrosse a lot, like before the 2000s, and first they had put it back in play in 2011 with Coach John Sable, who is still the head coach, and first winning record they'll have since 2014. As Rhinebeck will go on the man advantage. Penalty on Schutzer. Great fact sent to us, said before, Patrick West, father of twins Luke and Ronan. All the stats and facts he sent to Rob, and one of the Rhinebeck Booster Club, one of the guys put this together. Another assist. I think Luke passed it to Reese, although it might have been from Pereira. That was tough to tell. Give it to Luke. It would be his 4th, and Reese now has a hat trick. 3 goals and an assist, I think, all in the second half for Jake Reese.
A rifle shot from long range too, and
bad angle.
Really great to see that one tickle the twine.
Good passing from West, Pereira, and then to Reese. Pretty sure it was either West or Pereira. It was definitely either West or Pereira. If it was West, it was his 4th assist and second assist for Pereira. That was a man advantage. Blindbrook is not happy with the no call on that hit, as Tyler Tayerstein was a little shaken up as the 8th grader is now able to jog off. We saw at the half that one of the Blindbrook coaches, either Islander or Curry, wasn't happy with the officials. They were talking for a minute or so, but I think it was because of that late timeout that was granted. But either way, it was with his team down 13-4 and no penalty called on. There was no penalty called on that play, on that hit that Tayerstein got hit hard. I don't know what else to say. Lit up. I don't know. He did get up and walked off, but I guess it could have been a hit, a foul. A couple second string guys are in for the Panthers, as they should be, up 13-4. Cutting across. Push on
Rhinebeck. That foul's called on Cole Richards, the senior. The Blindbrook will keep it. Ooh. Adil Bolotov took a shot there. That was weird because it was Tyler Terrestein took the shot and kind of finished through Bolotov. Welcome to the game. You don't see that. The guy takes a shot and basically finishes body in his form of a shot, and a good save by Zingier. This is the part of the game where you don't want to see someone get hurt. So there's been a couple big hits in this quarter already, and the game's out of game is over on the scoreboard. And time where sometimes that happens, but if you're the refs, you don't. That's the last thing you want. Blindbrook has had it for a minute, more than a minute or two now. A couple of Rhinebeck penalties kept this possession alive for the Trojans. So we'll have post-game interviews and analysis, so stay tuned. Try to do that as quick as possible here from the stands. With 7:55 left, Blindbrook throws it away. Big hit there. Tayerstein. Tayerstein was the one that got hurt, like hit hard, right? Yeah, it came back. Took that shot too. After the shot, gave it to Bolotov. So he basically was out less than a minute. That shot save made. Another save. Zingier. He's got about half a dozen. Goes around and Blindbrook gets the hot potato. And it's played to Harris. Blindbrook looking for a goal in each quarter, as they have not scored yet in this quarter, but they did have a goal in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the third. As opposed to Rhinebeck, who had 4, 2, and 6, and that 2 in the second was all in the last minute. Turnover, Blindbrook. Luke West will have it. West guarded, was looking for Reese, who he assisted earlier, and but goes around and it's picked up by Carey. Carey throws it to midfield to Nick Laterza.
Matt's gonna love watching this. He is going to love it.
And
I know.
right in front was
Garber and had a chance at the hat trick. Pretty easy one, but he basically shot it before it was in his pocket.
Yeah, that was a tough one. The defense converging on him. He had about a split-second opportunity to fire it off. Did, in so many words, get the shot off, but wasn't able to turn around, square up to the goal, and fire off a good, clean shot.
And it was well high, and Reineke got after it. I know Zingier, the goalie, was running after it. Don't know if it was him who got there, but somebody got there before Brook, which usually isn't the case. Usually the offense is there first, and Reineke will have it here. Up 9 with 4:35 left. Picked up by the Trojans. Despite the big score, they're playing to the final whistle and show that by calling a timeout. So with 4:14 to go, it's 13-4. You can't take them with you and might as well use them, so Brook will keep it. The ball as they're down 9 with 4:14 left here on Senior Day on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Ian Sachs. I'm Sean McGraw here on Senior Day. Once again, thank you to the Reineke Booster Club for having us here. They had us the other. And paying us for the rain dates, the 2 games that we didn't have. We got our 2-hour pay, so thank you very much to the Booster Club. And that would have been a highlight goal by the defenseman, Seth Lowe, but it goes wide. Some jump shot there. And now he'll run back to the other side of the of midfield. Good save. Clinic of a fourth quarter by Zephy Zingier, the goalie. Just a sophomore too. So you got the West twins are just juniors, the Reese twins are just 8th graders, and your star goalie is just a sophomore. A little. The main contributor that you're losing is Pereira. This year they could make a deep run, but got to be top team next year. With all those guys coming back.
And you look at it, an undefeated run through league play this year, and again, that youth movement for Reineke. So the future is certainly looking bright for the Panthers.
Youth and twin movement. The 2 twins that both contribute, the Reeses, 8th graders, and then there, and it's a goal, first of the fourth quarter, and coming up a big gimpy after it was, that was Tayerstein, their leading scorer, as Ian mentioned, because Ethan scored, so that's how Ethan and Ian. Ethan Tayerstein, his second goal, and it looked like 4 assisted, but 4 is carry. 12, his brother. Oh, 24 maybe. Berman and Nunziata his second. 2:57, so 13-5. Blindbrook will score another. It'll be a touchdown in that. They're playing the advantage. Good call by the official to let him play on, because they looked like they were going towards the goal, and it was a tripping, no flag. So Rhinebeck didn't commit any like flag penalties, which are minute to 30 seconds. Just penalties like that, and they tried to score quickly back to back, but Noah Brookman, the freshman, is stopped by Zephy Zingier, and he's got about 8 saves. About half of them in this fourth quarter. And good job by, although it wasn't going to reach our camera, Fabio Rio, but it was stopped before by Matthew Shaw of Blindbrook before it could get to the camera. Though it was going to bounce towards Fabio there.
Let's go, Deal!
2:17 left, 13-5. At the very least, that goal guaranteed no running time for the final 3 minutes, because if Rhinebeck scored, it would have been 10. I'm pretty sure running time would have been put in play. Senior Dimitri Hilton will either just get in the ball. 2:07 left. First 6 minutes of this fourth quarter, there were like no stoppages almost. Now in the final 4 minutes here, the last 4 minutes, there's been about 20 in that timeout. That Zephy Zingier play was almost intercepted by Berman and Nunziata.
You're right, it was in my Saturday night.
Face-off man is also a junior. He's been good. Cam Bea. Hugo Hennepin is a sophomore. He's been good when he was playing. Surprised West is still in there, final minute. That's the goalie, Carey. Ref stopped to protect him, maybe. Granted a timeout. It's like the ref called it. We'll be right back with the final 108 here on LMC Varsity Sports. Panthers up 13-5 here on Senior Day.
LMC Media's YouTube channel is where you can connect to your community. You can easily find your favorite videos in a playlist or keyword search. Videos are added daily relating to your community, weekly updates, talk shows.
Welcome to another community conversation. I'm Michael Witch for LMC Media.
How-tos, and municipal meetings. Stay connected through video. Check it out and subscribe.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Ian Sachs, I'm Troy McGraw. 13-5 with 1:08 to go. Only one goal for each team here in the fourth quarter, after 5 combined in the first, 4 in the second, and 7 in the third. Linebrook looking for one more goal. And wide. But Zingier was there, ready to save the shot from the Terza.
Come on, Rhinebeck, let's finish up. Here we go, Rhinebeck. Close it.
That was Sayerstein, who was, if he could have scored, would have had a hat trick. Been the third player in the game after Pereira. Actually, no. Reese has 3, right? Reese has 3. Pereira has 3. That shot's wide. And West has 5, so they've combined for 11 of the 13 goals. And Ronan West has 1, and Thurer has 1 for Rhineck. Brook has it with 10 seconds left. Teyerstein has it, bad angle, and he tried to score, but he put it across the goal mouth, and Rhineck will win this one 13-5. A good win, Ian, and it was the Luke West show here on Senior Day, but also hat-tricks for Senior Pereira and Jake, the 8th grader Reese.
Just a thoroughly dominant performance from Rhineck. It was a bit hairy there in that second quarter, but those 2 late goals really set the tone for the rest of the game. They went into the halftime locker room up 3 and came out and outscored Brook 6-1 in that third quarter to really put the game on ice and ultimately come away with the 13-5 victory.
13-5 as they already shut the scoreboard off. So on Senior Day, we'll be right back with a couple interviews, and we'll wrap this up one more time here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Welcome back to the post-game show. Ian Sachs alongside Matt Pereira. And Matt, you score a hat trick on senior day. Pick up the win. How did that feel out there?
Honestly, it felt great. Everyone was working hard out there, and I couldn't have done it without my team.
You guys remain undefeated in league play, and final home game to keep that 0 in the loss column. How big does that feel?
We got to protect our home. You know, North Salem's coming here tomorrow, and we're going to beat them.
Now as you guys turn to the final couple games of the regular season, what can you do to take away from this one as you look ahead toward the final stretch?
Well, we got to keep preparing for sectionals, and hopefully we can host Rhinebeck's first ever home game for sectionals, so that would be great.
Matt, thanks so much. Congrats on the win.
Of course, thank you.
Welcome back, and now joined by the victorious Coach Stablen. Coach, tight game in that first half, and then you pull away in that third quarter. What was the difference between the two halves?
The biggest thing was during halftime I spoke to the offense in the sense that we sort of went away with what we were doing best, which was moving off ball. We have a great attackman in terms of Luke West, who is able to draw a double and then find the open guy, but that involves everyone moving around him. So if you look back at what we did against Irvington, we did a great job of finding space on the field. And in that third quarter, I think we showed what we're capable of doing when we're actually executing our offense.
6 goals in that 12-minute period, and you mentioned West having 5 goals, multiple assists as well. How impressive was the junior's performance?
He's been great. He's been the quarterback of our offense, and he's grown so much in terms of last year. Last year he was a little bit banged up. This year he's back healthily, and he's got a bunch of kids around him that have really bought into the program, and I'm very impressed with what we can do do on our offensive side of the field when we're executing it.
You remain undefeated in league play now. 3 games left and an opportunity. The opportunity is there to claim the league championship. What can you take away from this game as you hit the final stretch?
So going into the final stretch, there's a couple things that we need to work on. It's what I spoke to the team about at the end. Defensively, we need to continue working on our communication because I think that continues to mess up our slide package. And then offensively, we can't take time off. So we got to make sure that we're constantly moving our feet and we're being outlets for one another, which is going to give us some looks and put us in some opportunities to win some games.
All right, well, Coach, congratulations on the win, and thank you so much for the time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Back here on the post-game show. Thanks for sticking with us through that break between the interviews and the game. About 10 minutes there, thanks. And we wrap it up here, Ian. It was a good game, the end. What was your feel about that huge third quarter.
Well, Charlie, we talked about it throughout the game that really the game switched on a dime in that final minute of that second quarter. It was a 1-goal game at that point. 2 Panthers goals in that final minute put the lead back up to 3 heading into the break, and then a 6-1 spurt for the Panthers. And you heard Coach Sable talk about it just a few moments ago, that being able to put that third quarter together, he said that's exactly what this team can do. And we saw it in that stretch there, enough to get the victory today, but they're going to have to do that over the final 3 games of the season to remain undefeated in league play.
And they got a stud in Luke West, 5 goals and 3 assists. His brother Ronan is good, and they have a couple of real solid players that could help them through the run. And like Matt Pereira told you, to get a home game here, first home game ever for the playoffs, they're on their way basically, but they still need to win a couple games to secure that.
The destiny, their own destiny, is in their hands. All they need to do is finish the season strong. Now 7 straight victories for the Panthers, and there's no reason to believe why the run should stop at any point soon.
And they started 2-4, and with those 7 straight, they're now 9-4, as they're 9-4 after today's 13-5 win, and the Blind Brook Trojans are now 7-4. A lot of people to thank for today's telecast. The executive director, Matt Sullivan. The assistant director is Dina Schumacher. Our cameramen were Sean Riley, Fabio Rio, and Sasa Mitch. Once again, for Ian Sachs, I'm Troy McGraw saying thanks so much for watching, and have a great evening.